A few days ago, a gray squirrel known as Peanut was seized from his loving home in New York during a seizure conducted by the Department of Environmental Conservation after unknown people complained that the animal was being illegally kept as a pet and improperly cared for. But that is not all. After an almost hour-long search of the house, authorities were able to locate Peanut and capture him. Allegedly, Peanut bit one of them during this process, which makes perfect sense given that any animal is bound to react in fear when a stranger enters their home, turns it upside down, and grabs them to stuff them into a crate. Due to this bite, the government was required to euthanize Peanut to test whether or not the squirrel had rabies. This is a process done to exotic animals due to the fact that there are no scientifically proven rabies vaccines for them, despite squirrels very rarely carrying rabies, and despite the fact that animals can be quarantined and monitored to test for any developing symptoms of rabies. But no. Not only did they seize Peanut, they opted to euthanize him and cut off his head to dissect his brain for any signs of the rabies virus. Obviously, this has led to a massive uproar online, with people expressing their support for Peanut and anger at the government, which are claimed to have spent $90,000 on the raid, although I am not able to find a source for this. Honestly, it makes me happy to see all of the support for Peanut, but it's very important to get down to the root of the problem for why he was seized and euthanized to begin with, and that is anti-exotic pet laws. In virtually every state, it is not only illegal to own captive-bred exotic pets, but to raise ones that you rescued from the wild too, which is what I'll be focusing on right now. The government claims public safety mainly, but that is a complete joke. If we cared about public safety, wouldn't we be banning animals that actually spread disease and kill people? Squirrels are harmless, especially when compared to cats, which are one of the most popular rabies and disease vectors in the United States. Or maybe we could talk about dogs, which literally maul people to death almost every month at this point. There's no reason for this to be illegal other than personal hatred towards people who want to keep exotic pets. If animal welfare was a concern, they would simply make it so people who find baby squirrels in need can get a permit to raise them. But they don't do this. They'll tell you to find a wildlife rehabber to take the animal in or to leave the baby to die. Words cannot express how much I hate this argument. Wildlife rehabbers operate out of their own pockets, and with the help of donations. Most are very small in scale, and some even operate out of their own homes. These people are fueled by pure passion and love for animals, but they are almost always swamped with a surplus of them that demand hourly bottle feeding and attention. Even places like Waco Wildlife Rescue, or the Urban Rescue Ranch, as he's also known, are like this. And he has the funding of a viral YouTube channel to support him. Yet, he still is encountering difficulties with his wildlife rehab. If you are capable of raising something as simple and harmless as a squirrel on your own, you should be allowed to, and you should not be made a criminal for it. Having empathy for animals and accepting one as a member of your family is not selfish or evil. And exotic pet owners deserve to be left alone.